Welcome to episode 200 of the Campus Comics Cast as we join the likes of great daytime television, such as Jeopardy and Press Your Luck, with an all-trivia episode. My name is Scott Reed, and I'm joined on this episode by
Mike Atchison
and Shaad Schubert.
And I'll just throw this out there. You got any crazy trivia game shows that you were a big fan of growing up? Or even now?
Trivia ones.
I like to watch this dates me, but I used to like to watch The Joker's Wild with my grandma. She loved that show, so I'd watch it with her. But Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is definitely my favorite. I like that. I'm not good at the fastest finger type, so I'd rather
pace
myself. Yeah, I get too excitable.
Price is Right was
Shaad,
always
you got
my
one?
go-to. I know that's not trivia at all, but Price is Right. Bob Barker growing up was my thing. But I think on
the beauties maybe. Yeah, I was more of a beauties watcher.
But I think I always like the guessing the music ones. Like now I think there's one like Are You Faster Than Shazam and whatever. But those kind of ones that are geared more towards guessing the song are always cool.
Can you name that tune in one
Name
note?
that tune. Yeah, name that. That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel does some fun music stuff. I don't know if it's his own game or if he just does it on his show or what, but I've seen
I think you mean Jimmy Fallon.
Or Jimmy Fallon, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the Jimmys. But he loves music anyway, but some of the stuff is crazy. I mean, something gets launched into the air, and you have to catch it and answer the question. It's like challenging your physical and mental skills all at once.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we should probably dive in because I think we've got quite a few trivia questions we're going to try to get through. Plus, we had some bonus trivia questions provided by Eric from the Longbox Review, which I am terrified of what these questions are going to be.
You're just worried it's going to be more DC than Marvel, but I bet it's
there's
pretty.
That. I'm expecting like 5 Legion of Superheroes questions from the. but I don't know. No, Shaad said they were pretty well spread out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Awesome.
maybe we got a chance.
Yes.
Well, when Eric reached out about doing it, I thought, that's great to have some outside input,
Yeah.
something that's beyond the scope of our own little circle here. So I'm eager to. Well, maybe I'm eager. Maybe I'll be like totally stumped and be like, "Dang it, you got me again."
Yeah. We can always edit it out if it's too bad.
That's true.
Sure. Yeah, edit out all the wrong answers.
All the wrong
You guys
answers.
got 100%.
We got 'em all right.
100% correct. We got them all right. Okay, all right. So, well, why don't we start with our typical comic book trivia from Blood Moon and maybe do a few pages of those and then switch over and do Eric's questions, and then we'll wrap up the Blood Moon. Because our goal is to get through the balance of this comic book trivia from Blood Moon comics that we've been working through.
Yes,
Right.
yes. All right. So
all right.
I'll dive into it. We'll do. I believe there's 8 pages left, so we'll do 4 pages of Blood Moon. We'll go over to Eric's, and then we'll go back to the other 4 pages.
And we're going to
Awesome.
defer. I mean, as far as length of time to answer, we just whatever's reasonable in the eyes of our host,
moderator,
Shaad.
Shaad.
Yeah.
I'll start playing the Jeopardy. Do 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 do. Is that that's Jeopardy, right?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll start doing that. All right, question 1. What do the initials STAR in Star Labs stand for?
That's a Mike Atchison answer there. I didn't even know it was an acronym for anything.
Yeah.
He
Oh
forgot to.
boy.
So, science and technology is probably the ST. Something research. Science, technology, something research. It couldn't be as simple as and research, could it?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
This might have me here.
It's a pretty easy word though. The A.
No, I want to say it's got something to do with space. So space and technology advanced research is what I'd say.
I'll accept that.
Oh, is that okay? All right. You guys were so close. It is scientific technological advanced research.
Oh, well, between the two of us, we almost got it right.
You had all the words.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we had all the words.
Yeah, it should have been science. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
All right. Next question. What is the pseudonym used by famous French cartoonist Jean Giraud or Girard?
Okay, so that should be, Mike, that should be Mobius.
Sure, I will go with that. I have no idea who that is.
That is correct.
Mobius.
That is correct.
All right, thank you.
Now
so he did the artwork on that 2-issue Silver Surfer that with Stan Lee, and then he's done. That's what I know him from most. But he's just like I think he's primarily known for drawing nude women, if I'm remembering the artist correctly. But,
good on him.
I know him from the 2-issue Silver Surfer. That he did his thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't know him for the nude women.
No.
All right. How did Dr. Kurt Connors, a.k.a. the Lizard, lose his arm?
Oh. I don't know how he lost his arm.
Had to be like, was he a scientist already? Was he?
I think he was a scientist already. So, but this is so he would have been around, oh gosh. I mean, I have no idea. My guess is going to be he lost it in like the Korean War, depending on which version of the Lizard that we have is going to be my guess, unless you have something better, Mike.
Well, the only person I know that's lost an arm lost it in a corn picker, and I doubt that that's the case with Dr. Connor.
All right, so we'll say he lost it in the Korean War if we have to be specific about a war, but otherwise we'll just say war.
You don't have to be specific. I'm going to definitely give it to you. It was a wartime explosion during his time in the Army. So, yes, very much so.
Nice job.
That was a total guess. 100% a guess. Yes. But when he was created, that was at the time. That was like, post-Korea, pre-Vietnam.
Okay.
So it was kind of in that time period, which is why I threw that out there.
Makes sense.
So.
Cool.
Woo.
What is the Darkhold also known as? What is the Darkhold also known as?
Is that like the negative zone?
Gosh.
One of those?
No. So the Darkhold is the book that has all of the basically where like vampires and werewolves and stuff originate from in the Marvel Universe. It was the book in the Doctor Strange movie that the Scarlet Witch was trying to get. If this were multiple choice, I would 100% get it, but I do not, off the top of my head, know what it is, and I don't want to drag this out forever.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to. I don't have an answer.
It is the book of something. No, I don't know if that helps.
Surprisingly, that doesn't.
It is the book of sins.
Because literally, as I'm thinking of it, I was thinking, well, it's the book of something.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The book of
but
sins.
I couldn't remember what the something was.
Yes.
Book of sins.
Oh, okay. Really? That's it?
Yep. That's it. Nothing too special.
Okay. I actually maybe I wouldn't have gotten that one then. I didn't realize it had an alternate name. So.
Well, this next
I've
question.
only ever heard it called the Darkhold.
This next question is a multiple choice for you, Scott. The universe heard you and gave you multiple choice. Which character has never served as a herald of Galactus? Is it A, Rom the Space Knight, B, Dazzler, C, the Destroyer Armor, or D, Franklin Richards? Which has never served as a herald of Galactus.
It almost has to be Rom the Space Knight, just because
the licensing and all that.
Because of the licensing, I don't remember Dazzler ever being a herald of Galactus either, and the fact that, like, I think Galactus may have destroyed Rom's home planet at some point. So it almost has to be Rom the Space Knight. Plus, I like Rom, so I just want to answer that. What do you think, Mike?
I would agree with the logic because, Dazzler does seem to be, off the radar for that character. But, oh boy, now I'm really thinking maybe this is a trick one, but I certainly couldn't have told you from experience which one.
All right, we're gonna go with Rom the Space Knight.
All right, the answer was D. Franklin Richards is the only one who has never been a Herald of Galactus.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research on that one because I had no clue that Rom the Space Knight was a Herald of Galactus.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in a later issue or something that I haven't read or where that came from. So
Yeah, it's
wow.
like as you answered that, I was like, oh, you're going to be kind of probably excited about this. This is unknown ROM territory at this point.
Yes, it is. So that's some definite research I'm going to have to do. So I'm actually going to jot that down so I don't forget to look that up later.
All right.
Go on.
Next question. Who co-created Captain America with Jack Kirby?
You know this one, Mike.
It was had to be Simon.
That is.
Yeah,
Yes,
Joe
that's our
Simon,
answer.
That's correct.
Sorry, I was still
patient,
thinking
not
about
like
something else when he asked the question. I was thinking,
blurt out answers so that way if people can pause if they want to think
Right.
about it.
That makes sense. All right. Question 7. In the comic Y the Last Man, what does the Y in the title signify?
the chromosome Y.
That is correct. I knew you guys would.
I'm glad you got my verification on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so excited because I've had so
I knew that
little
one.
contribution. Sorry.
All right, here's a Star Trek one. Which publisher was the first to release a Star Trek comic in 1967?
I know this one if you don't.
I shall defer.
Okay, Gold Key.
That's correct. That is a Gold Key comic.
They had the nice painted covers, and it was kind of like the bait and switch stuff they always did with Magnus Robot Fighter.
Oh,
and,
right, yeah.
And the like, where they had the beautiful painted covers, and then the interior art was about as plain Jane as you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next page. First question.
How did we do on that page?
On that page, you had 5 correct and 3 incorrect. So yeah,
That's
pretty
not
good.
too bad. I'll accept that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so going on to this. Question 1. This character came in second place to Doctor Strange in a magic tournament, and Doctor Strange admitted his magical power was enough to become a Sorcerer Supreme. I can reread that. It's a very long question.
Well, gosh, I would almost wish I had some time frame context on this one. So,
like what year or what? At least what volume?
Okay, so Mike, my guess is going to be Brother Voodoo because he took over the Strange Tales title when Doctor Strange got his own title. But again, not knowing the context of a time frame, it's so hard. I don't know of a contest where that would have happened. So
yeah.
So if you've got a better one,
I'm
open to it. All right, we're going with Brother Voodoo.
All right,
then.
sounds good. I thought it was a Magic the Gathering tournament that they were referring to, and I thought
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's weird. But no, that doesn't make sense. The answer is Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Okay,
Yeah.
he would have actually been my second
Okay.
guess. So
All right, question 2. Rama Tut is the descendant of which hero's father? Rama Tut, Rama-Tut, is the descendant of which hero's father?
okay, so now we got to decide if we're talking Marvel or DC. So
I think I can give
If
you this,
that's-
right? I can give you which world we're living in.
you're the moderator. So.
We're in Marvel.
Okay, we're in Marvel. Okay. Okay, read that one more time.
Rama Tut is the descendant of which Marvel hero's father?
See, and the thing is, it's hero. So I thought Rama Tut had something to do with Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ramatut's not one of the Kang iterations, is it?
Well, but again, that's yeah, but it's so I'm trying to remember. Apocalypse has something to do with ancient Egypt, but of course Kang has, but he has Immortus and
Immortus.
oh my gosh, there's a I don't know off the top of my head. There's like a kid. There's a okay. Wait a minute. He's a Shi'ar. So Kid Omega, but that's wrong.
Okay.
So.
The answer is Reed Richards. I don't know.
Oh,
Does this make sense?
that's all that. Okay, so that's all that TVA. So when Walt Simonson introduced the TVA, there was a thing where Reed Richards. There's a I don't know if this is still an active thing, but Reed Richards' father actually ends up maybe becoming Kang.
Oh, okay.
So, so he had maybe spent some time in the past, and that kind of all is like a combination of Walt Simonson and maybe some Byrne and some Jonathan Hickman storytelling inside of Fantastic Four. So it's very convoluted, so I'm not surprised that I forgot that.
All right, question 3.
I was too hung up on Apocalypse.
Right,
I was just convinced it was Apocalypse. I forgot about that. So
here's a DC one for you, Atch. Which supervillain was the main antagonist in the 1985 series Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Which supervillain was the main antagonist?
Yes.
For Crisis on Infinite Earths.
You surely know this one.
Yeah, I know. It's so easy. I was just hoping it wasn't a trick question, but
Oh yeah.
Would you agree, Scott, that it's the Anti-Monitor?
I would agree.
That is correct.
I thought you were, because the Monitor started out as not necessarily a protagonist. He was he was originally intended kind of to be a villain, but it evolved. But okay,
I see.
I'll take it.
All right. This one's a multiple choice question. Which character was not part of the original 5-member Avengers team? Is that A, Marvel Girl, B, Iron Man, C, Hulk, D, Thor, or E, Wasp?
I know that one too, even.
I know that one. You go ahead, Mike.
Well, I still want to confirm it's Marvel Girl.
Okay,
She was never,
that is.
Well, I won't say
she was
never,
X-Men.
but yeah, right.
Yeah.
That is correct. All right. Fred J. Dukes was born in Lubbock, Texas, and was part of a circus sideshow before becoming which immovable villain?
Oh, okay. You know this one, Mike?
Well, a immovable villain would be. Well, I'm thinking of the. Oh my gosh. The X-Men.
Yeah. You're thinking of, well, it's all X-Men related, so you're in the ballpark. 3 seconds.
Oh, I go ahead, Scott.
The Blob.
The Blob is correct. All right. Question 6.
I actually had forgotten his name until you said immovable. Then I remember.
Oh, then it was like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yes.
I heard it click for you.
Yeah.
What was the name of the first Green Lantern in comics?
Alan Scott is what I would say. Scott.
I will second that.
That is correct. All right.
That's a snowball.
Yeah, their DC ones are just kind of lobbing the DC ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. Who did the Venom symbiote bond with to become Agent Venom? Didn't we just talk about this?
We did sort of talk about this a little bit. So,
Agent Venom? No, I don't know. I mean,
okay. So this is also something related to a war injury. So he bonded with Flash Thompson, who had lost. I can't remember if he'd lost both legs. At the time, it was like Vietnam, but I think it moved forward as the Marvel Universe moved forward. But Flash Thompson.
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
All right, last question on this page. This legendary artist first worked in comics, or his first work in comics was the 1990 series Terminator: The Burning Earth.
Wow, that's one that you.
That's a deep cut right there.
Multiple choice on.
Yeah.
But and what's bad is I actually just had this comic come through in a collection I bought, and I do not remember what artist it was.
How about Liefeld? That sounds like a good.
No. I mean.
Or Lee.
It's someone who rarely does interiors.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Lee rarely does interiors.
Well, he did for a while, but
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the 90s, he was doing interiors. It's just now he doesn't ever do interiors. So, oh my gosh. Oh, it might be Alex Ross.
You might be right.
If you have.
Oh,
Okay, you're gonna give that to us. I was gonna confer with Mike. That
I
was
was
gonna
just
be my
impressed
answer.
that you got
Yeah.
to it. So
Okay, all right. So yes, okay. It finally clicked. Okay.
all right, you guys did 6 out of 8 on that one. So you got better than
Hey,
last
all
one.
right.
and Alex Ross is also from Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
Him and the Blob.
One of the shops I interviewed, he was their customer as a kid, and he
Oh.
had, yeah,
Oh,
had
wow.
all kinds of
okay.
stories.
All right, next page. In which comic is the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense prominently featured? The Bureau
Mike?
for Paranormal Research and Defense.
That would be Hellboy, right, Scott?
That is correct.
Yes.
Sorry, I need all
Yes.
this validation.
Hey, we're a team.
That's right.
Okay.
So we're a team. So I'm just trying not to hog them all. So.
All right. This Image Comics founder and co-creator of Witchblade later founded Top Cow Comics in 1992. Little comic history.
So that should be Mark Silvestri, Mike.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't
Mark
think of the
Silvestri.
name. Yeah.
That is correct.
I knew it wasn't the other ones like
Yeah,
McFarlane or
Larson,
yeah,
Lee,
yeah.
Liefeld. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting one. He did Shadowhawk.
Oh.
Jim Valentino.
What did Silvestri work? Was he in the big two before they split off as well? Or was he?
Yeah, he did some stuff. He did some X-Men stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
For sure. And I mean, he did. Lots
was all
of
over
other
the place.
Stuff.
Okay.
He did some horror stuff, I think, for DC.
Okay.
I think he was either like on a House of Mysteries or something. It's like his first actual
Okay.
published work is Silvestri's.
Oh.
But I've read at one point that out of that starting group of 5,
Mm-hmm.
those 5 all said that Silvestri was the best artist out of the group.
I was like, I've always loved his art. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Was Michael Turner ever part of that group at Images? Did he get his start there? Because I always thought their styles were somewhat similar.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember his name being associated with Image, and like I've watched like a couple of documentaries on the Image stuff when it started, and I never remember hearing Michael Turner's name.
He's one of my
But
favorites.
That doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything though.
All right. Next question. This Irish mutant carries a shillog and is the cousin of Banshee. I'm gonna spell this word because I'm not familiar with it. Shillelagh.
Cousin of Banshee. See, I don't know who would be a.
We
We
just talked about. We just read a series with, or was that in Squadron Supreme? No. Oh man.
Okay. I have a guess. I think it's a reasonable guess, Mike.
Okay.
But I want to go with Black Tom because he has this little stick thing that he carries with him, and he like partners up with Juggernaut all the time. So unless you have a better answer, that's what I'm gonna
I
go
do
with.
if I could think of it. I mean, I do in my mind, but I can't think of the
Oh.
name. I can't think of the series that I'm pretty sure we covered,
Okay.
or maybe it was on the road show of an Irish hero slash. He was kind of a jerk type hero, but I can't remember what title that was in, much less his name. So
Okay.
I'll just roll with Tom.
All right, we're gonna go with Black Tom Cassidy.
Black Tom Cassidy is the correct answer. All right. Which series
Write
ran?
down- I'm gonna write down. Look up Irish heroes because now I gotta get that guy.
You come back to that note in 2 days and be like, "What the heck did this even mean?"
Irish heroes. Is this some type of
You'll be texting us.
soap thing
Yeah,
I'm doing?
Yeah, my notes are just like that. I'll be like, what the heck was I thinking?
mine too.
Okay.
Which series ran from for the most issues in their original Bronze Age run? Which series is multiple choice? Ran for the most issues in their original Bronze Age run? Is it Marvel Team Up, DC Comics Presents, or Marvel 2-in-1?
I know it wasn't DC Comics Presents. That only made
Okay,
it to
Because
like
Team Up went to
98 or
150. Yeah, Team Up went to 150. I don't think 2-in-1 made it to 100. So my answer is Marvel Team Up.
I would agree.
Okay, Marvel Team Up.
You are correct, and 150 is absolutely the correct number.
Yep.
All right. At the end of the Kraven's Last Hunt. Oh, it's Kraven related. We love Kraven here.
Kraven, yeah. Yeah, it was such a good movie.
At the end of Kraven's
Wah,
Last
wah.
Hunt storyline, this character kills Kraven the Hunter.
Wow, that's a little. So Kraven killed himself. He committed suicide. Unless I'm just totally misremembering.
This is a tricky question. The way that they.
So I'm going to say Kraven killed Kraven. Do you have a better answer, Mike?
No, that sounds. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're going to go with Kraven.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. It's like that's such
It's a weird way to ask that
a
question.
weird question. Yeah.
I read because I read the question and then I read the answer and then I had to go reread the question because I was like, wait a second, because it just says Kraven as is the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
In which issue of the Avengers title did Captain America appear and join the team? Which issue of Avengers did Captain America join the team?
Yeah. Well, since it's sitting on my shelf behind me,
You might know this one.
I might know this one. Go ahead, Mike. You know it too.
Number 4.
Number 4.
It is number 4. What do the 2 A's in the acronym Shazam stand for?
Okay. Atlas is one. And I believe the stamina of Atlas and the something with Achilles, I think. Scott, you just
I
trying to
do
think of
not
another
I
mythological.
just need the names. I don't
god.
need. I just need
Yeah.
the who the 2 A's are.
Right, but I'm just trying to think if there were any other. Because
Oh,
you got
okay.
the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the something of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
well-
It's got to be Achilles.
Okay.
The Atlas and Achilles.
Okay.
Final answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, don't do that final. All right, Regis. Just because I said that was my favorite quiz show.
All right. If you guys get this right, you've gotten all of them right on this page.
Oh, no pressure.
No pressure at all. This
No
character,
pressure, okay.
this character's first name is Simon, and he debuted in Avengers 9 in 1964.
Is that crazy or what? Wow.
We're not familiar with this at all.
No, we've not done any research on this character recently at all. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't, but yeah, that's the one Marvel one I could get is
Yeah.
Simon Williams, Wonder Man.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Thank goodness that was a recent episode though, because even the ones we've done 200 of these now. So
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All right, that was a perfect page there.
No kidding. All right.
All right, we're going to do this page, and then we're going to switch over to some questions from Eric. So here is question 1. This hero is from Gotham City, or this hero is from Gotham City, has a sidekick named Skeets, and his hero name was given to him by Ronald Reagan. That's a weird.
I
you
even
want
know
to
this
go
one.
ahead, then you gave me the Marvel one.
So Booster Gold.
That is correct. There's just a weird layer of things. Sidekick named Skeets.
The Skeets.
I didn't know
the
he was from
sidekick.
Gotham though.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have got that. I would have said Metropolis.
Okay.
But you know what?
Yes.
In the future, he was from Gotham, so that makes sense. Maybe that's why they're saying that, because he came from the 25th century.
Gotcha.
Well, it was Skeets that gave it to me.
That's
so
yeah,
that was-
exactly what was
that
for
was
sure.
that was what how I knew it. So
All right. Who was the homeless guy with amnesia that Johnny Storm helped regain his memory in Fantastic Four #4?
go ahead, Mike. You should know this one too. He burns his beard off.
Yeah,
He's walking on the pier.
yeah.
He sees this guy, burns his beard off.
I could see it, but
I remember I'm trying to remember who.
I wouldn't have remembered the name of him.
Oh my gosh! You go ahead, Scott.
Namor or the Submariner.
That's
oh,
correct.
that's right. Shoot. I'm trying to think of all the I had Doom in my head, but that's like issue 5 and
5. Yeah, that's the
and
next
then number
issue.
4 still had me thinking Captain America. I'm like, too many like.
That's too much
distractions
trivia
in
all
my
at
head.
once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much spinning around in there.
Trivia overload.
Yeah.
All right. The Savage Land is located on which continent?
Oh, I know that one too. But I will
Go ahead.
confer. I would
Yes.
say Antarctica.
That would be correct.
I would agree with that, according to this page.
Okay.
It's too bad this isn't a video show. Well, I really won't say that, but you can see my happy dance.
He's dancing around.
Hey.
Yeah.
I have a face for podcasts, so
Yep, all of us.
All right. Number 4. This legendary artist co-created the following characters: Taskmaster, Deathstroke, Cyborg, Raven, and the Dick Grayson iteration of Nightwing.
so that you can properly say the last name, Mike, I'm going to give this one to you.
Oh, I didn't know it was a dispute as to how to say Marv Wolfman's.
Whoa. Artist.
Oh, artist.
Artist.
Oh, you said artist.
Artist.
Oh, George Perez.
There you go.
The accent mark over the first E.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not George Perez. It's George
Yes.
Perez. Yes, because I always said it wrong.
Yeah, same. All right.
I
That
did
was a
too,
close
until
call.
somebody corrected me.
I'm glad we had to confer on that one, Mike. I was, you would have been a little embarrassed there.
Yeah, that's why I never test well.
Jack.
Yeah, plus Wolfman wouldn't have been anything to do with Taskmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, true that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack Kirby was the artist on the Eternals #1 in 1976. Who was the writer?
Well, that is also a trick question, Mike. So you can put away your
okay.
beaker face.
This was post
This is
Fourth
post
World.
DC.
He's when he went
Yes.
back. So I'd say Kirby himself is
It-
what I would say. Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
So,
That is correct.
man, they're doing some.
They are. They're doing it
some,
dirty,
like,
yeah.
dumb questions. Some of these are bad.
All right. This character first appeared in comics in 1991 as a hallucination. Oh my gosh, as a hallucination by the title character Ernest Fairchild, and served as a muse for his evil deeds. She would get her own comic in 1994.
So that's something to do with Gen 13, because Fairchild is. But I've not read any Gen 13.
Oh, okay.
So are we supposed to? Okay, so are we supposed to? And I'm.
You gotta guess the character, I guess.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, the character, and I'm trying to think what character came out of
And
Gen
got their
13.
own title.
They got their own title, and I don't. I don't have a good answer, Mike. My guess is going to be Voodoo, but I don't have a good answer.
I have to go with that. I've had one Gen 13 comic in my life, and it's a 90s comic, so it's not big two.
I've had hundreds of them come through that I have bought and sold, and I don't think I've read a single one of them.
Yeah, I've never read Gen 13 either.
Yeah, we'll go with Voodoo.
The answer is Lady Death.
I didn't even know that she was part of Gen 13. I know the character.
No.
She's still in publication.
Yeah. I have some. What's bad is I think there's a Lady Death comic book sitting right there that I'm waiting to put up on eBay.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. This won't be a perfect page, but that's okay. We already got one. So.
That's all right.
What is General Zod's full name?
I have to pass on that one, Mike.
Well, it's got to be one of those hyphenated ones, probably.
Yeah, I didn't know this one. I assumed General Zod had a first name and it wasn't General, but. You got it up there, Mike?
No, that's just my eyes going. I don't have it anywhere.
I thought maybe it was up on the ceiling
I
somewhere.
really don't know. It would be a bad guess.
What was the so later on there was another Kryptonian that they were going to that there was rumors that Michael B. Jordan was going to play him in a Superman movie, and then of course that never panned out.
As a villain, or as a
no,
as a Kryptonian?
But I thought maybe.
Oh, he was going to be. I believe he was going to be the Earth 23 Calvin something that was.
No, it wasn't Calvin Johnson. Or not Johnson.
Johnson.
Ellis. Calvin Ellis.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't Calvin Ellis. It was a different one. It was in the Earth 2 series, where that was. I think it was even a New 52 Earth 2 series. And the only reason I'm even talking about this is if we can remember that character's name, maybe that character's name has something to do with it. But maybe we've taken too much time on this one, and we just need to give up, so.
I'm just throwing in the towel.
Okay, all right. Well, we don't have an answer. So.
It is Drew Zod, DRU-ZOD.
Oh.
Drew Zod.
Okay. So where I was going was never going to get us there. So, okay.
All right, last question on this page. What is the name of Thor's human alter ego?
Would you like me to give you this one? Or?
Oh, I know it.
Go ahead.
I didn't know
Dr.
this.
Blake.
Yes.
What's his
first name?
Do I need the first name? Donald, yes.
Donald.
I've been reading Uncle Scrooge, so Donald Duck was in it.
Oh.
When you say Donald, I'm like,
what? Yeah.
Can't be.
All right. So we had some questions written into us from one of our listeners, Eric, from the Longbox Review. And
thank you, Eric.
Yes, thank you,
Eric.
Eric.
So I thank you now because I may not thank you after.
That's right.
yeah.
Nice to have someone contributing to our celebration of 200 episodes. And these
I can feel my hands starting to sweat right now. So
these are handpicked by Eric. I'll give the references from the Silver Wolf comic book trivia comic book. There's 3 issues of that. These are from those issues. So yeah, let's get into it. There are 5 of these. Number 1, how many Normal Man annuals were published? I never even heard of the character Normal Man until this question.
Normal Man.
Normal Man. But
well, let's assume it's on the low end. It's probably something we could guess.
Yes.
And I would say let's go with the lowest because that would make it an interesting answer to an interesting question. Yeah, let's say 1.
1.
All right, you guys are correct. It is a 1 annual for Normal Man.
My goodness, I gotta ask Eric who this Normal Man guy is. Maybe Eric can fill us in.
Is he the guy? He's like, he's kind of small, and he wears like this large silver helmet that kind of wraps down, and it like the mask has like big eyes, and I may be thinking of something else. He's kind of like a.
He looks like a Superman-esque kind of guy. Like he's just big chin, kind of very
square
cartoony.
jawed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else then. So.
Yeah, it is a.
Wonder if he was in The Tick or something. That sounds like a character that could have been in The Tick.
It began out of Cerebus.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
that's where he kicked out of.
Right.
Created by Jim Valentino.
I read that Cerebus versus COVID-19. It was the weirdest comic I have ever read in my life. So either it's that far over my head, or it is just deliberately weird.
Okay.
I mean,
so we got lucky on 1.
Yeah,
so,
you did good.
Right.
You did good. That was a good guess. All right. How much weight can Radioactive Man lift?
That's the Bart Simpson alter ego, right?
Well, but there's also Radioactive Man from Marvel, who's the green guy.
Oh.
So,
So you need your old hot moo book.
Wow, how much can Radioactive Man lift? Oh gosh, I mean, I think I think that these trivia questions are pre Bart Simpson Radioactive Man.
Okay.
So it almost has to be Marvel Radioactive Man.
That's a good clue in because I think by look, I've got those. I just have never opened them. So I believe they are from the 80s.
It's going to be some number of tons, right? So
before you answer that, or is it a trick because Radioactive Man for some reason can't lift or touch anything? It would just burn right through it. I don't know. I don't know the character.
No, it's I mean, he's got to be relatively strong. I'm trying to remember what his first appearance was. I want to say he was a Journey into Mystery villain, like a Thor villain first, but I don't remember for sure. Or maybe Iron Man. I don't remember where his first appearance even is. My guess is going to be 10.
Okay, 10 tons.
I don't have a better answer. So I was going to say 10 or 1 again. So so 10. You want to go with 10?
Sure.
Okay, we'll go with 10.
The answer is 2. 2 tons.
2. Okay. 2 tons.
That is that Marvel, specificity in the old Hot Moose series.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do they keep up with staying consistent on that?
They don't. They don't anymore. So
Journey into Mystery 93 was the first appearance of Radioactive Man, and that was in June of '63. Chin Lu was the name of the first Radioactive Man.
Okay.
All right. In which issue of Adventure Comics did Triplicate Girl become Duo Damsel?
Oh, Eric had to throw a Legion one in there. As a matter of fact, I am sure he's sitting there when he's listening, right? He's going to be saying, if Mike was paying attention, Peter and I talked about this in one of their recent episodes, and they did. And so all I can do is take a somewhat of a guess.
Okay.
If you said it was Adventure Comics, right?
Adventure,
Not Legion
yep.
of Superheroes. Mm-hmm. So I will say 352.
Oh, you are 11 issues off.
Oh, man.
It is 341.
Oh, wow. Wow. I had to be that mid-300s.
Yeah.
But
hey, you're in the ballpark. You know.
Yeah.
That's way better than I was.
1/10 of a point for that.
All right. Which pale-skinned villain's origin was presented in Infinity Inc. 39? Pale-skinned villain, Infinity Inc. 39.
So is that
It's I want to say Chroma or something like that, like as in
who's the death guy? The Mr. something or Dr. something?
you got Mr. Bones. It looks as a
Mr.
skeleton.
Bones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but he was introduced early. As,
Okay,
as
all right.
Helix. Yeah,
This
that was
is
really
not
early.
an
This is
obscure villain.
Okay, so
not an obscure
I just remember Infinity Inc. from that's like around the time McFarlane was, getting his start there. So I have a graded copy of that Mr. Bones first appearance. So
Yeah, I remember them. That's where I first seen Todd McFarlane art was in Infinity Inc.
Okay.
So
so then I don't know. So your guess is going to be
Chroma is not a. Seemed like
Major.
that was a villain that he ironically he had plain really white skin, but he had powers over colors. But it seems like, but I don't. If it's a more famous villain, then no, I can't.
It's one we see more often. I wouldn't say he's like someone who is, or they are not someone that.
And you said it's a first appearance.
It's their origin. It does not say first appearance. It says origin was presented in Infinity Inc. 39. So that's a good catch there. I was thinking first appearance, but it could just be an origin story for this pale-skinned villain.
I mean, it wouldn't have been the first time, but Solomon Grundy is an Earth 2 villain. But he had his origin told many times, going way back. I don't know why they would do it again, but he could have been a villain in that.
That's why. If you don't have a better answer, I think that's what you should answer.
Let's do that. We burned up enough time on that one.
We burned up enough time.
I think that we got to the answer. That is correct. Solomon Grundy.
Wow, that's a good tricky one because I'm thinking first appearance.
Yeah. When you said that, and I was like, oh, you're right. It doesn't say first appearance.
Now I got to look up Chroma too because I remember that McFarlane art. CHROMA. Okay.
All right. Moving on.
All right, last question from Eric here. In which issue of Journey into Mystery did Thor first appear?
Okay, that should be 83.
I would agree with that.
I was going to say 93, but I know Scott's got to know
that's
this.
10 later. That's 10 later. 83.
Yes.
Because 83 you got Thor, 85 you got Loki, and so 83.
Yep. All right, you guys did it. 3 out of 5. Not too shabby.
Man, those
bad.
number questions are killers.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Well, cool.
they're a little rough.
Great
Yes.
combination of questions, Eric.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. All right, so I can say thank you. I don't have to despise him
Yes,
for the
that's
rest
right.
of my life. So he didn't embarrass us.
No.
Just a little bit.
They were good thinkers.
All right.
All right, back on to the Blood Moon book. This character
Okay.
first appeared in Comico's Primer number 2 and is the masked identity of author Hunter Rose. Looks like Scott might have that.
That should be Grendel. Mike, if you want to.
Okay, no, I wouldn't.
If you want to agree
No, I
with
wouldn't
me.
I wouldn't have known that. Okay, I agree.
We'll go with Grendel.
That is correct.
Yeah. So that's a Matt. Is that Matt Wagner?
Yeah, sounds right.
Matt Wagner creation, right? And then of course John K. Snyder, who was at the Evansville Museum show last year, actually did some work on that series. And I didn't realize that the Grendel character, that character, and this I need to go back and start reading this at some time because I didn't know this was the case. I just thought he was a martial artist, but apparently it's an entity that goes into and takes over somebody's body in different time periods.
Oh, okay.
So it's like there's some that are set way in the future and such. So it's kind of there's more to the character than what I realized, I guess, initially. So
Yeah.
I need, because like the John K. Snyder issues are set like way in the future. So it was kind of weird to learn that because I've been familiar with Grendel, not really read a whole lot of Grendel.
Right.
And I only know that it has nothing to do with the Beowulf Grendel from what you guys told me.
Right. Yes. But the costume is cool. I mean, it's just that black and white,
Yeah, that's
you know.
right. All right, next question. Which of these Marvel villains first appeared in comics? Is it A, Dr. Octopus, B, Dr. Doom, C, Galactus, or D, Magneto?
That should be Doom because FF is going to be first. And that's the 5th issue of FF. Galactus isn't until 49 because Surfer's 48. Galactus is 49 of FF.
Right.
Doc Ock shows up. I think it's in the single digits of Amazing, but Amazing starts after Fantastic Four. And then who was the last one?
Magneto.
Magneto. So Magneto's X-Men number 1, which shouldn't be till 63. So I think we should go Dr. Doom.
I would agree.
Okay. The answer is Doc Ock. Is Doc Ock.
Really?
And this may be down to months. I don't know because it says July 1962 is Doc Ock's first appearance. It doesn't give me the issue reference, but
Okay.
I'm sure it comes. It has to because it all sounds like it's like
It
down
is.
to months of things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even weeks.
The only one that was way later was Galactus.
Okay.
All of the other three were
Real tight.
pretty close. And I kind of thought there had been 5 issues of FF before we got into the, because I mean Doc Ock couldn't have been before the 2nd issue of Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because the first issue's Chameleon and there's 2 villains in the first issue. Chameleon and somebody else. And then Sandman's in issue 4. Maybe Doc Ock was in 3. I don't. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Next question.
My bad, Mike. I'm sorry.
What do all of the following have in common? Ultron's body, Bullseye's spine, and Lady Deathstrike's talons.
Mr. Carter.
Scott.
Go right ahead, Warshak.
They're made of adamant. Or no, wait a minute. Yeah, they're. Yeah, made of adamantium. I almost doubted myself. I almost said vibranium.
Oh,
made of adamantium.
Yes, adamantium is correct.
Wow. That would have been bad.
All right. This is an indie book. What is the name of Marco and Alana's daughter in the Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples comic Saga?
I have no idea.
If it would come out more often, I might remember it. I've given up so many times on that series and then restarted again. And
I've only read the first volume, and I know that I think she's named in the first volume.
I think she's named in the first issue. Yeah.
I do not remember.
It's an interesting name. I know that. I'm going to say Pod.
All right. It is Hazel.
Hazel.
Okay.
Hazel. I wouldn't have guessed it right, but once I saw the answer, it's like, oh yeah, I do remember Hazel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. What is the name of the writer and co-creator of Batman?
Did you say Batman?
Yeah, Batman. The writer and co-creator of Batman.
Oh, well.
That
would be Bill Finger, right, Scott?
Yeah, because
he was the writer. Kane did the art.
Yeah. I agree with that.
A ghost artist for Kane.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not even Bob Kane at all.
Not co-creator until what, 10 or so years ago?
Yeah, it was just recently
Right,
that he
didn't
was
get that
actually
status.
officially.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
Bill Finger is the correct answer.
Well, speaking of documentaries, there was one on him that was excellent. If you ever get a chance.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I know
I
you're talking
saw
about.
it. I think I saw it. Yeah.
Was it is it called A Boy Named Bill, maybe, or something like that?
I think so. I watched it on a plane once, and it was a good watch.
Nice. All right, question 6. This scythe-wielding supervillain is the brother of Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman or Wonder Man?
Wonder Woman. No, Wonder Man. Sorry. It's weird what your eyes do when you just assume you know what the word is. Yeah, Wonder Man was the brother of Wonder Man.
We just talked about this in the Wonder Man.
Is it the Reaper?
Grim Reaper, yeah.
Grim Reaper, yeah.
Grim Reaper.
That is
yes.
correct.
That's crazy.
You really threw me off when you said Wonder Woman. I'm like,
I know.
Me too.
When I'm glad that Scott pushed me a little bit because I'm like, yeah, it's guaranteed. No, it's definitely not.
I was going to say there was a misprint in the book. I mean, it had to have been a misprint in the book. So.
Just a misprint with my eyes. All right. This character named Arthur was a saxophone player who was killed by Thanos while driving with his wife and daughter.
I totally defer to Scott.
You don't know this one?
I didn't know this one.
Arthur, a saxophone player. That what?
Killed by Thanos.
Killed by Thanos.
Mm-hmm. The daughter lives. He gets really, really strong and kind of dumb. And later on, he comes into a movie played by Dave Bautista.
Is that
Drax. Drax the Destroyer.
I was going to say Zax. Yeah, Drax.
Yeah, Drax the Destroyer.
I didn't know he was a saxophone player.
No.
Yeah. I just knew it was the whole family killed by Thanos, which is why he wants to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, last question on this page. What was the mark or MK number used for the first iteration of Iron Man's classic red and yellow armor that first appeared in the Tales of Suspense 48 in 1963?
I don't think they started doing the mark numbers until Mark 5, so I'm going to go with 5. But who knows? I that's the first one that I was aware of was the Mark 5 armor. So there may be numbers before that, and I think some of them were retconned into being other Mark numbers.
Oh, okay.
So I want to go with Mark 5.
Concur.
It is Mark 3. So yeah, when you said that they retcon stuff, I bet that's what that is.
Yeah. Well, the first, all silver armor was never referred to my knowledge, was never referred to as a mark. So I only became aware of the mark numbers at 5.
Oh, okay.
So but it could have started prior to, and obviously I think it probably did.
But Speed Racer's car was a Mach 5.
All right. Let's see. So, next page. First question. Chris Powell becomes a superhero after finding an amulet that lets him mind control the body of an android. What is his hero name?
Chris Powell, amulet, Mind control. Oh my gosh.
Must be a Marvel character. I can't think of any DC.
I don't actually know where he hails from, where this Chris Powell is from.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, characters that have had ambulance, and there was like Moonstone, but the first Moonstone, but there's no android control there.
Magnus Robot Fighter didn't do something like that, did they?
No,
Or
no,
did he?
I don't think there was any amulet involved with
No.
Magnus either. So,
We pass.
yeah, we're taking too much time.
It is
so.
Darkhawk.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Where does
That's an
Darkhawk
Image
come from?
character, right?
Image?
That's Marvel.
Oh, it's Marvel.
That's a 90 Marvel's character.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah, he turns into a space character.
Oh.
But I didn't realize that he. It's one of those books that you see all the time, you never read.
Oh.
Because people you have this small subset of like huge Darkhawk fans who that was like their first comic book.
Oh,
whenever,
okay. That makes
in
sense.
the
Yeah.
90s or whatever. And but I never knew there was an android involved with that character. I thought it was a guy in armor. So that shows you how much I
Right.
know about Darkhawk.
All right, next question. Who was the first villain from his rogues gallery that Spider-Man ever faced? We just talked about this.
Yeah, so that should be the Chameleon.
That is correct.
This should be the one. So yeah, Chameleon.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Who did Bruce Banner save during the gamma explosion that turned him into the Hulk?
Mike, I'll give you a chance on this
Who
one.
did he save?
This punk kid playing his harmonica
Oh,
on his car,
yeah.
who always gets involved with
Yeah.
all the heroes.
He's the
He was
snapper
Captain
car
America's
of Marvel.
sidekick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rick Jones.
Rick Jones. There you go.
That is correct.
Swaps places with Captain Marvel. Does all kinds of stuff.
I will go ahead and say, if anybody is playing along at home, the Blood Moon comics does have a misprint in here as far as they switched the answers, because 3 is the answer to 4 and 4 is the answer to 3 on here. Because it didn't make any sense to read the answer to this question. I was like, wait a second. The colors don't even line up because they're kind of color-coded even.
Okay.
But question 4. What was Basil Carlo's profession before he became the villain Clayface?
Oh, he was an actor.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Yep.
A play on the real actor of Boris Karloff.
Yes.
His name.
I did know this one. That one I was like, I know this answer without even looking. There's very few. All right. This DC hero first appeared as the fusion of high school student Ronnie Raymond and the Nobel Prize winning physicist.
I'll take this one. Sidekick.
Physicist.
A physicist,
yes.
yeah.
Martin
physicist, yeah.
Stein.
So that should be Firestorm.
Yes.
They do have the full name if you know the full name of
Firestorm, the Nuclear Man.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
I would have given it to you anyways, but
Yeah. It's not Fury of Firestorm.
Yeah, that was later.
all right. What is the name of the street that Ben Grimm grew up on?
Oh, yeah, you hear it all the time.
I know. I'm just giving you a chance.
Does he say it all the time? Does he reference it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. There's a gang of kids that harass him all the time from this.
It's not
particular
Bleeker.
street.
No, not Bleeker.
No,
That's,
not Bleeker.
And not
Starts with a
Danger
Y.
Street.
Starts with a Y.
Yancey. Yes.
Yancey Street. There you go.
That is correct.
I love this collaboration.
Yeah. Well, I like it when one of us knows it
Yeah.
and can help the other one
Yes.
get it.
Yeah.
That's for me.
All right. What is the name of Thanos' father?
Oh, okay. So that's they're Titan, which is a moon of Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a moon of Saturn.
moon of Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
I only know that because in DC, Saturn Girl is from the moon Titan, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, and I think because Star Fox is his brother, and I think Mentor is the father. You got a better answer?
I have the inspirational father for Thanos.
Oh, okay.
Dark side.
There you go.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go with mentor.
Mentor is correct.
Okay.
Cool.
I can seem, and it's just like, yeah, I kept wanting to say Mentat, but that's that's Dune, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Mentats. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mentat. Yeah.
All right.
Mentor.
Last question on this page. Which hero was introduced in All-Star Comics number 8 in 1941?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
That is correct. We got 7 out of 8 on that one.
All right. Man.
You guys.
I feel like we had a few of those early on that, like, the very first page we did was, like, super easy, and then it was, like, super hard.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gotten back to being relatively
Yeah, I think you
easy,
get. I mean,
so.
but they seem to challenge you a little bit, so I think they're a good balance of it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Who was shot and paralyzed by the Joker in The Killing Joke?
I know this one as well.
Go ahead. Yeah, you
Barbara
go ahead.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep. And if you have not read J. Michael Straczynski's Brave and the Bold, 28. Is it 28?
28 or 30 something, I thought. But anyway,
So,
yeah.
anyway, yeah.
The story is
awesome
called
story ties.
Date or Girls' Night Out or yeah.
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 Awesome story that ties into that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
And that's because we also talked about that
Yep.
in the past.
Yeah.
This is a good kind of, it almost feels like a wrap-up
Yeah.
of the last 200 episodes a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Which character appeared first in comics, Man-Thing or Swamp Thing?
Huh.
I think Swamp Thing is first. But they're both based off of, what is it, the Heap?
Yeah, as far as like swamp heroes, swamp characters, yeah, the Heap appeared in
because
Airboy.
Gerber and Lin Wein were like roommates or something.
Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm.
And they are the creators of
supposedly independent of one another, created those two. I would have to say Swamp Thing too, and not that I ever compared the dates myself, but all the times you hear that story, it was like they may have the conception of them both may have happened simultaneous, but Swamp Thing published first is what we'll say. I think,
yeah, I agree.
All right. We are talking a matter of months. One came out in May of 71, the other one in July of 71. The one that is first is Man-Thing in May of 1971.
Really?
House of Secrets 92 came out in July of 71.
Holy smokes.
Wow,
Okay.
that was, I mean, knock me over with a feather. I would have put money on that one.
All right.
Wow.
I think we all learned
Yeah,
something here
man.
today. Yes.
There you go. Yeah. To me, well, the other thing about that to me is that it feels like if that the Man-Thing character's first appearance should be way more valuable than the Swamp Thing character's appearance, but it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So Swamp Thing definitely is more valuable than, of course, you know what it is? I think Man-Thing came out in a magazine format first.
That makes sense.
And yeah, does it say it doesn't give the title, does it? It just gives
I'm going to look it up though right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think Man-Thing's first appearance is actually in a magazine and then later in a comic.
Savage Tales #1.
Savage Tales, yeah. Yeah. So it gets a magazine treatment before it's a comic treatment. So I guess you could argue the first comic book appearance was Swamp Thing, but the first appearance
Must have been what we were thinking of, yeah. But
maybe, yeah. So
hey, we didn't lose much money on that, did we?
No. I tell you what's bad though is I actually thought, even though they were conceived at the same time, I thought it was years later that Man-Thing.
Oh,
but maybe it's because of the comic book.
It could be, absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right, multiple choice here. Which of these characters did not first appear in the Marvel Spotlight comic series? Was it A, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, B, Danny Rand, Iron Fist, C, Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, or D, Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night?
Okay, I can give you all the issue numbers on those. So Spider-Woman is Marvel Spotlight number 32. Okay, I'm going to skip Iron Fist for a reason that will become clear in just a second. Ghost Rider is Marvel Spotlight number 5.
Okay.
Werewolf by Night should be Marvel Spotlight number 2, which, by the way, tying back to our previous question, the first appearance of the Darkhold is in Marvel Spotlight number 4, which leaves Iron Fist in Marvel Premiere issue number 15.
That is correct.
So,
very nice.
Wow. Good job, Scott.
And I think I own all 5 of those issues.
Nice.
Or is it 4 issues? 4 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, yeah, but I threw in the Dark.
That's right, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I own all 5 of those. So.
All right. What was the name of the company that had their jewelry inserts in comic distribution all at or around military bases?
Scott's very emphatically raising his hand.
Seems like you may know the answer to this question, Scott.
I think
Do
he
you
knows.
not know this?
I
You not know
might.
this
No,
one?
I don't. I mean, I'm not going to even say. I don't think I do. Go ahead.
So they had these little special cardboard inserts, right? And when you get a book graded, it will have a special. It gets a special label if it has this insert, and it had like for class rings and ads.
About when did these come out? These.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to. I mean, they could have even been into the 80s.
I don't remember anything like that.
Really? Okay. Well, I think you will as soon as you hear me say Mark Jewelers inserts.
That is correct.
So yeah, there's a subset of collectors. You know, you have people who collect like double covers or newsstand versus direct editions. Well, there are a lot of books out there that have these Mark Jewelers inserts, and
Wow.
they actually increase. Sometimes it increases the value just a little bit. So
Well, I'll be.
Learn something
Yeah.
every day.
there you go. So yeah, the Mark Jewelers inserts.
This DC character first appeared in More Fun Comics 52 in 1940 and was first embodied by murdered cop Jim Morgan.
I was pretty sure Jim Corrigan.
Oh, Corrigan, yes.
So
Words
is
are
that a
not my
typo
friend
on
this
that, or-
morning. No, it's a typo.
But
My eyes.
I would have said the Spectre even based on the More Fun Comics 52, but I wasn't 100% sure. But when you said Jim Corrigan, for sure. Yes.
You are correct. The Spectre it is.
Okay, what is Dead Man's name? It's like
Boston Brand.
Yeah, that's
Boston
it.
Brand. Okay.
You know what his brother's name is? Also the name of a city?
Phoenix Brand?
Nope. Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay, all right.
All right. This character, who first appeared in 1969 in a black and white self-titled series, comes from the planet Draculon.
Oh, it's got to be, just me and Scott discussing Vampirella is who I would say.
Okay, I don't have a better answer, so sure, yes.
Vampirella is
Shaad
correct.
froze. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I was building suspense.
Dramatic pause there. I don't think I would have gotten that one.
Yeah, I definitely
So I'm
wouldn't have.
glad you were. Because I would have been stuck on Marvel and DC
Right.
since it didn't specify a publisher. Now, if it had said Harris Comics or something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that is the one thing that I'm sure it would make things easier, but maybe it shouldn't make it easier, is that it would say this Marvel or this Indie or this DC. Like, even if it just separated from those three, would help kind of go, what are we talking
Maybe
about?
even independent. In that one, if even it said independent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, because I was actually thinking like that. What was it? Dell did that Dracula. You know.
Oh, that's some
series.
of the worst. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Vampirella didn't even
Wasn't
pop
even
into
close,
my
yeah.
mind. So, yeah.
All right.
Oh, my.
How many members were there in the original Justice League?
Can I look at my Starro statue? There are. I'm going to say the trick is there's 5 on the cover, but there's 7 total.
7 is correct.
So which one you going with? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the two Batman and Superman were not on the cover, as was the thing to do back then. You didn't put your big players on the cover.
Okay.
You know, you had Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Martian Manhunter.
Okay. Unite the 7.
Unite the 7.
All right, last question on this page, and then we head on to our last page, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The final issue cover of this Marvel comic famously read, number 80 in a 4-issue limited series.
Wait, can you repeat that?
The final issue cover of this Marvel comic famously read, number 80 in a 4-issue limited series.
Well, that's some obscure trivia
Wow.
there.
I'm assuming
that
that
really
started
happened?
off as a 4-issue limited, and they just made it an ongoing and just kept making them, and 80 became the last issue of it.
I don't know.
Well, I
if it was,
won't be able to. I won't be able to say until I hear what the answer is. But I'm just trying to think of a series that went 80 issues, and it would have almost have to have been some like one of the funny writers, like a Gerber or a Giffen or something like that, who had done something, kind of humorous to put in that joke. But I don't know.
Well, I guarantee the only real humorous character that Giffen is famous for would be Ambush Bug, and he didn't have his own title. He had a bunch of miniseries. Yeah. I don't know what Gerbert, if Howard the Duck would have been maybe intended
Would have
for.
gone. Yeah, I don't think Howard the Duck went 80 issues. So I'm confident Howard the Duck did not go 80 issues. Number.
We're kind of we're assuming it's a humor comic too. Could have been.
Oh,
True.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my guess, and this is 100% a guess. 'Cause I'm not for sure that this series went that long either. But that sounds like something that would have been put on the first volume of the Deadpool series when he got his own title. So my best guess, this is 100% guess. My best guess is Deadpool.
Since it is a guess, I'm going to give you another hint because that's incorrect.
Okay,
this
all right.
would have been a licensed comic for Marvel.
Star Wars went over 100. ROM stopped at 75. Micronauts stopped in the 50s. Planet of the Apes did not go to 80. G.I. Joe went way past 80.
Yeah.
Licensed, man, I feel like we already got it wrong. I don't have.
Transformers.
Oh, Transformers.
I almost said
Okay.
Transformers, but I didn't realize they were Marvel.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking they were. I'm stuck on their current run. Oh boy.
Okay, all right.
All right, this is the final page and only 6 questions on this page. So
Oh, okay, all right.
we will start with this co-creator of Marvel's Ghost Rider and Werewolf by Night also worked as a storyboard artist on John Carpenter's The Thing.
You know this one, Mike?
I don't think so.
I've never heard this name.
You share a name.
Oh, really? It's not Atchison either. Is it?
I don't think
No,
it's
it's not Atchison. No. Share a first name. Famous artist. Did a lot of horror and supernatural.
Oh, Kaluta?
No,
Oh,
Plug.
Plug. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mike Plug is the answer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
it is Mike Plug.
Yes,
isn't
that's
it?
correct.
Mike
Yep.
Plug.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. I was pretty sure his first name was Mike. I knew it was Plug. So.
Captain Marvel Jr. was the favorite comic book hero of which music superstar?
Really? You have a deer in the headlights.
I didn't know
look
this,
there,
but it
Mike.
makes all the sense in the world now. Like looking at costumes and everything.
You'll have a blue Christmas without him. Is all I'm going to say, Mike.
I know that's where I knew there was like this connection with it in his style.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
with
what I was like. Oh, that
Elvis.
makes sense.
Don't
Yeah.
step on.
Yeah,
Don't
because,
step on his blue suede
yeah,
shoes.
he dressed like he had that big collar.
Uh-huh.
And
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis. I said Elvis, didn't I? Yeah.
No,
I did say Elvis. I didn't say Elvis Presley, but I said Elvis.
you never said Elvis. Believe it or not, I don't think you ever said Elvis. Chad, did you hear him say Elvis?
I did not either.
Okay, all right.
Rewind.
Yeah, so we haven't recorded.
tape.
So you can go back and double check later. You can let us know.
Question 3. Who is the White Queen?
Well, that would be Emma Frost.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and the only white I was going to say a character in Checkmate on the DC side.
Oh.
Okay.
And that might have been Amanda Waller.
Oh, okay. She was the White Queen at one point in time.
I think, yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so that's when you get into some tough things
exactly.
like these trivia types thing. It's like you think different universe, and it's just like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Which member of the X-Men is the twin of the original Captain Britain?
Oh. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It should. Okay. Betsy Brannock or Betsy Braddock? Betsy Brannock.
Does she have a code name or anything that?
Oh well. Okay. So.
Because all that's on here is the name.
Oh, like Psylocke.
Yep. Psylocke.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, yeah.
So, and she has a weird past too, because like she changed, like her current form is not the same as her previous form.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay.
It's a little convoluted.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully I didn't give the wrong name, but give the right superhero identity.
That would be funny. Because I wouldn't know the difference. I'd be like, yeah, it's Psylocke.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. What is the name of Khazar's saber-tooth tiger sidekick?
Kazar?
Khazar. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Starts with a Z.
I could tell you the cat sidekick for a lot of characters, but not Kazar.
Not Khazar.
Zabu.
Zabu is correct.
I haven't got to that series on my Jungle Book reading yet. I've been reading a lot of jungle-based books.
Oh, yeah.
I've read a lot of, yeah.
All right. The final question in our crazy 67-question trivia crazy little extravaganza. Yes. Which of the following is not classified as an Omega level mutant? Is it Storm, Scarlet Witch, Mystique, or Iceman?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess, and Scott, correct me if I'm. It's got to be Iceman.
Actually, believe it or not, I think it's
Mystique.
Really? Because I'm gonna feel bad if I'm wrong.
Anybody with ice powers, you don't know if they're limited to do it. They could like freeze the water in your blood or whatever.
Yeah, and I think it's just on the scale of their power. So Omega basically means they're the most powerful of that particular type.
That makes sense what you're saying.
Because to me, Mystique shouldn't be, because she can't like change to like planet-sized form whenever she shape changes. So
okay,
I want to choose Mystique.
Yes, I agree.
So we're going to go with Mystique.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Yes.
I just found 3 additional questions, which will round us out to a nice 70 that are on the back cover of this trivia book.
We did the
back cover
these questions, but yes, that was actually the first.
I knew we did
ones
the front,
did.
but I didn't know if we did the back. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there aren't any questions on the front cover.
We did the back as like that was the trial of it all. We kind of started. That was
the trial. Like the very first one we did was actually that, and because I quizzed you two.
That's right. Yes.
So if you want to test Mike's memory, feel free.
Nah, we don't have to do that. Just. Okay, so out of 67 questions, you guys got 52 of them correct, which is a 77%.
52.
77% of them.
Hey, that's
not too bad at all. Yeah, absolutely.
Not too shabby.
No, C minus maybe. I don't know.
We can all strive for C's.
We strive for mediocrity.
That's right.
That's right. Hey, I'll take it. I'm just glad we didn't get below 50%. That's my. With trivia like this, I think anything 50% or above
100%.
is okay. So
yes, I agree.
All right, so we did a special episode of because normally this would have been our previews episode, but Shaad has an announcement that he is going to make here to kind of bring us to the conclusion of our 200th episode. So, Shaad, why don't you go ahead and say what you got to say.
Absolutely.
As Mike and I boycott.
Well, I believe I started this podcast on episode 100, and I decided that it was time for me to leave the show and move on to some musical adventures that I'm taking. So this is my last episode of Campus Comics Cast.
And that's our collective sigh.
It is with a heavy heart that I do this.
Yes.
And much pressure from Mike.
Oh, no, yeah, I've been behind the scenes, like, cajoling and pressuring and threatening and all kinds of stuff, but to no avail. But it's all because we loved having you
Absolutely.
as part of the
This
Campus
was so fun.
Comics
Absolutely.
Cast. Yeah. Man.
We needed somebody who definitely spent a little bit more time on the indie stuff than Mike and I have a tendency to do. So I'm feeling obligated now to start reading more independent stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we will. That's how I've read way much more just since starting this podcast or being on the podcast. I go back to episode 1, but I had a big hiatus when I moved to Salt Lake City.
Right, yeah.
Before the technology advancements. But before doing this stuff, I pretty much was a one publisher guy, and now I've read a lot of Marvel and a lot of independent, and much better for it. And much better for having met you, because we actually met at the store, but really got to know you through the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, the amount of things that I've read based on our assignments has been really cool, and stuff that I would have never read, and I will continue to listen to the show and play along at home and as I can.
Well, so I guess the Legion of Superheroes analogy is that one of the, if in the triplicate girl way, we are now the duo damsel. There's no male gender there that I can think of, that I can think of to match that. But the dynamic duo instead of the terrific trio.
That's right.
There you go. So,
well,
all right. So, Shaad, final time. Do you know what we have coming up on episode 201?
Yes,
of the Campus Comics Cast?
On episode 201, you guys will be covering the previews, the new next phase, and all the pre-ordery kind of stuff that's coming out for the month of March, I do believe.
That should be correct. All right. And then, of course, you can reach out to us at podcasts@bergcomics.com. Now, Shaad, go ahead and give us all the websites and social media pages where if somebody wants to continue to follow you here into the future, where they would do that at.
Absolutely. Everything is kind of gathered in ShaadSchubert.com. That's ShaadSchubert.com. Also, feel free to follow me on Facebook. My band Shaad and Thomas has some shows coming up. I think sometime in February, we'll be back on stage, sharing the stage with our friends Deadwater. I've got a new band that'll be starting to play shows in the spring called Afraid of Friends. And then I've got some new solo music.
Which is why he's leaving the podcast.
Absolutely. That's exactly why. I've got some new solo stuff I'll be working on. Catch me at farmers markets. And I believe I even have a Christmas song that should be on YouTube soon. That I did with my siblings. Oh Holy Night. We did a cover of Oh Holy Night, so check that out too.
Cool. Oh, all right.
So, Mike, what about you?
Oh, the regular places. We have the Facebook page for Campus Comics Cast. If you just want to make a quick comment, I can be reached at mike@comicshoproadshow.com, and also on Blue Sky under the Comic Shop Roadshow moniker. I never can remember the @ stuff, but it'll come up, believe me.
You'll find it. And I'm Scott Reed. You can find me at bergcomics.com, BURG comics.com, which has links to my social media presence and eBay store. And Shaad, thank you for approximately 100 episodes
Absolutely.
with us. And Mike and I will be back with episode 201.
coordination skills that it takes. I know it's tough for you, Mike, beyond my abilities. All right. Good showing, Shaad. Good job, man. Still mad at you. It doesn't change anything. Still mad. No, I appreciate your ability to tolerate us. Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, tolerate these guys that are old enough to. Well, at least myself. I'm old enough to be your.